my tiny thoughts. Thank you.
That's great. That's great to hear that. May we know Aisha Siddiq?
Yeah, Aisha ma'am is maybe here.
Yes, Aisha Siddiqa, please.
Haleema ji, you have to pin the speaker who's at time display. Just pin it on you so that you can view this in your first view on your screen.
Aisha, start कीजिए. I think she has some network issues.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So we have two guests. Welcome both the guests to the show. I'm sure you are going to like it as much as Dr. Haleema is enjoying presenting it. Welcome to the collaborative learning experience. We have 5 more minutes. Anybody wants to say anything?
I think Colonel James is also here.
Colonel James is part of TTOT.
He is TTOT 4 already.
Anil James. Yeah.
He's already joining after a long time.
Yeah. Naraji is here. Naraji, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Hi, greetings everyone.
How nice seeing you after so many days. How's your health?
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. Thank you so much.
How nice to know that.
I see a lot of changes in the TTOT alumni and the way you all are doing things. So all for the better, I guess. And congratulations.
Yeah, welcome, Naraji.
All thanks to Kapil ji.
Hi, Kapil.
Hi, good day.
Greetings to all of you. Nice to see all of you again.
Same here.
Thank you.
Kamal sir, it's a pleasure to see you after such a long time.
कमल सर आज तो कुछ बोल दीजिए सर प्लीज आपकी आवाज सुनने की बहुत इच्छा हो रही है
I think my mic is not good. You may not be able to hear me.
बिल्कुल क्लियर आ रही सर बोलिए सर प्लीज
अच्छा Daljit, let me share with you one thing. I have missed only this alumni meetings or Tuesday meetings since the time of TTOT1.
Oh, very nice.
One was on my birthday last year, and the other one was the last week.
Okay.
Otherwise, I've been always present. I think my attendance would be the best.
My apologies, sir.
That's
great, sir. I think we should have attendance reward.
Yes. Yeah, I am the best. I'm most deserving of that reward. I'm very clear on that.
True, sir. I support you fully. You are always there. And you are inspiration for us.
And not only that, I try and make sure that any event conducted by any one of you, I try and make sure that I'm there.
Yeah, that I have seen.
I think I deserve the best attendance award for that also.
Yes, sir. I second that.
Yes, I also second that, sir.
Thank you.
Imaji, Aisha ji is there. She can introduce herself.
हाँ आयशा बोलिए.
Yes, good evening everyone. My name is Aisha Siddiqa. I am a MA B.Ed in Urdu or MA in Hindi.
आप उर्दू में बात कीजिए मैडम.
जी मैं MA B.Ed in उर्दू में की हूँ और MA हिंदी से की हूँ. एज ए उर्दू टीचर 19 साल का तजुर्बा है इस तालीमी माहौल में. 19 साल से हूँ मैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. अभी मैं एज ए उर्दू टीचर IZ बॉयज हाई स्कूल में जॉब कर रही हूँ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. मैं हैदराबाद में रहती हूँ.
Oh, nice and welcome to the
welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, sir.
Kapil ji, we can start then.
Yes, I think it's 8:45.
Yeah. So Haleema ji,
Yes,
yours, all yours.
thank you very much.
Transition slide is here.
Good evening, my dear friends, and hi, everyone. It's my privilege to be among you all, among so many learned, experienced, and masters. I'm a little nervous. Believe me, I'm not joking. But anyways, we are emotional beings, so naturally it has to be there. I'll try my level best to do something that's going to remain with you all. I hope you all are going to enjoy. At the same time, we are going to have some learnings. So the mission statement for half an hour, because the time given to me is half an hour. So my mission statement is that we are going to help ourselves to build the skills that we need to face challenges and uncomfortable emotions in constructive ways, preparing to succeed personally and professionally. So this is the mission for today's presentation, and I believe that I'm going to justify it. Before that, I request each one of you to kindly maintain and observe 1 minute silence for Aisha Arif. You all must be aware of this lady. People are saying that she has committed suicide because of the dowry, but I firmly believe that committing suicide was not because of the dowry, not because of the husband's ill treatment, not because of the in-laws torture, but committing suicide was because she was not trained how to handle her emotions and how to face the challenges. So that's the importance of emotions in our life. So let's observe 1 minute silence. May her soul rest in peace. That's the reason we are organizing a special program tomorrow. All those who are free today, who have time tomorrow, you please join us. That no more suicide, because we have to teach our children how they have to be emotionally strong and mentally healthy. This is as important as our physical health, but unfortunately in our society, in our surroundings, the people neglect this aspect. If you have fever, they all will come to ask about you. They all will give you the medicines. They all will be worried about you. But if you have the habit of fighting with everyone, if you got agitated very quickly, nobody thinks that you have some issues and problems. They all just blame that why you are like this, but nobody tries to find out the reason why the person is like this. So you are cordially invited to be a part of this great initiative tomorrow. Now I am going to start my presentation formally. I'm going to ask one question. Since we all are masters here, we all are the trainers here, and we all are in the role of a leader. Think of when you were a leader and you took a stand on any issue and then backed down. How did you feel? And how do you think others felt? Since we have limitation of time, so I will be asking only two participants, two of my friends here. Kamal Mehta Sahab, please tell me, was there any situations in your career when you were a leader and you took a decision and then you backed down?
My memory is very bad, so I can't really remember any such situation. I can explain to you hypothetically as to what are your feelings.
Yes, sure.
All right. So you see, when you back out after taking a decision, it all depends on what is your mindset like. What is your basic mental attitude towards these things. As far as I'm concerned, if I have taken a decision and if I decide to back out, even that is a very calculated decision by itself.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I think that's it. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So now the one who is basically dealing with the brain and with mind and always playing with our brains, Mr. Sushant, may I ask you, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
In your career, when you were playing a role of a leader, did you take any decision and then you backed down?
Yes. The decision which I had taken was on certain situation, and I had to back out because not decision, but I have to back out from that particular role and go into different role. So decision was same, but roles were different. Because once the decision is taken, it's taken. We cannot back out. So I transform into one role to another role.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sushant.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it was from an expert. See, when we talk about emotional intelligence or EQ, sometimes it is called emotional quotient, and then sometimes it is called emotional intelligence. And basically, we are all surrounded by these emotions. We are sometimes angry, sometimes afraid, sometimes surprised, sometimes happy, and sometimes sad. But the problem is that we are unable to understand that through which emotion we are going, until or unless the emotion is very loud. If the emotion is loud, then we can understand, but the emotion is not very loud, then we are confused. Like, for the example, if we are driving a car on the road, and then there is lots of rush on the road. In that situation, we always think that we are irritated, we are shouting, we are getting angry, and we think that we are facing the emotion of anger, while at the same time we are feeling afraid also. So the emotion of fear is also there, but we are unable to understand that situation. So if we talk about emotional intelligence or EQ, so why it is important, and then why I have said in the case of Aisha's suicide that it was lack of emotional intelligence, that's why she committed suicide, because this is the ability to understand, use, and manage our own emotions. And this is the ability through which we can relieve our stresses and we can communicate with others effectively. And this is the ability to get success in the career and personal goals. And this is the ability where we can connect with the people and where we can understand the feelings of not only our own, but the feelings of others. Now, if we talk about the emotional intelligence, so it has 4 attributes. And basically, you all must be knowing, it is just refreshing our information or refreshing our knowledge about this. So self-management, self-awareness, social awareness, and relationship management, these are the 4 major attributes of emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. If we look in the grid, then here we can very easily say that self-awareness and social awareness, both are at the recognition level, and then regulation level is management, self-management and relationship management. And all these 4 grids are interconnected. When we talk about self-awareness, so it's like when we are aware of our personal purpose, we know our weaknesses and strength, we know ourselves in a fully, and then we know our feelings and emotions as well. If we talk about the social awareness, then we have empathy, because we can keep ourselves in the shoes of others, and then we can understand how the person is feeling, how the person is facing these challenges. And then connecting and resonant leadership. I thought that maybe resonant leadership, it will be better if I can explain here. So that's why I have written here the definition of resonant leaders are aware that their actions have the ability to impact others and use emotional intelligence to guide and help others. For example, I had a principal, she was having so charismatic personality that everybody in the staff member used to think that she loves me the most. That was the personality of that principal where I was working first. So that is resonant leader. A resonant leader understands the people and people's emotions and their feelings, and he acts according to their needs and according to their passions and according to their emotions. That is resonant leadership. And when we talk about self-management, then we have to have control, self-control, managing our moods and transformation. And when it comes to relationship management, then we should know collaborative conversations, learning and coaching, and building teams and alliance. So these four are the grid of emotional intelligence. Now moving further, what is the effect of emotional intelligence on our personality? As we all know that we are not only the body, we are not the name, we are not the designation, we are not the person who is like animals, that they will just come into this earth and they eat and they drink and they have children and they go away. We are human beings, and human beings have their own speciality and they have different components, different aspects of their personality. So our emotional intelligence affects our performance at work, our physical health, our mental health, our social intelligence, and our relationships. So now we can understand that how important is our emotional intelligence. When we talk about performance at work, it doesn't mean that if you are knowing your skills, if you are aware of your talents for the work, that's sufficient for you. No. In that case, that's not sufficient, even if you are skillful. But we have seen the people, that those who are very skillful, but they fail at their workplace because they don't know how to work in a team. They don't know how to manage the boss. They don't know how to take the task from the subordinates. In other words, he lacks into emotional intelligence. That is the reason. Now we talk about the emotional intelligence wheel. So it starts from creating. And from creating, it goes to acknowledging the other's emotions. And then it goes having mirror image, like what other person will be feeling, that mirror image we have to have. And then it goes to modulate. And accordingly, we have to have the actions. Now, again, we have come to one activity. I request that there are two very eminent people among us. One is Mr. Nara and the other is Mr. Narendra. Both the names are the same. So Mr. Nara, you are going to pick all the words that shows low intelligence. And Mr. Narendra, you are going to pick all those words that show the high intelligence, emotional intelligence. So Mr. Nara and Mr. Narendra, may I have your support, please?
Dr. Haleema, just would you say that
Yes.
again? To pick, what would I pick?
Mr. Narendra is going to pick low and Nara is going to pick high.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You want us to read it out, or how do we do?
One by one, like one word you read and say that, okay, this is low emotional intelligence. Then the one word, Mr. Nara.
Criticize themselves is low.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Now,
High intelligence will be a good judge of character.
okay, good. Quickly, fast.
Okay.
Yes.
Know your strengths and weaknesses.
Good.
Control your emotions.
Narendra ji, aap kahan hain?
Oh, okay.
Difficult to offend.
Yes.
Difficult to offend. Negative.
Okay. Yes. Now Nara ji.
Know your strengths and weakness.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Next.
Loud emotions.
Loud emotions. Okay. Good. Next.
Don't seek perfection.
Good judge of character.
Don't seek perfection. You said that it is in the low or in the high?
It's in the high.
It's in the low.
Don't seek perfection. Now there is a debate. Both are claiming that it is in their court. Now who is going to be a judge? Don't seek perfection is high or low? Who's going to be the judge? Let me give the chance to my dear beautiful ladies. Yes, Archana ji, will you please tell us, don't seek perfection is high or low?
I think it is high. It is high.
It is high. Okay. Now, who else is there? Kapil ji, aap bataiye.
It is said there are no absolute truths in life. And this is something like that.
Yes.
There's no absolute truth. It's like from where you see it.
Yes, Kapilji, your experience speaks. Actually, don't seek perfection is in high. You know, if we are going to look into the perfection all the time, then it means we are going to stress ourselves. And then in that way, we are not able to handle our emotions. So this don't seek perfection is ability to have high emotional intelligence. So thank you very much. Pom, 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 pom for these two, Nara and Narendra ji. Thank you.
Looking
And
forward
now,
to some chocolates.
yeah, sure. you will get. So now here we very clearly we can see that where we have emotional intelligence high and emotional intelligence low. So see, low is left side of mine, my left side, and high is my right side. Aggressive, demanding, then egoistical, bossy, confrontational, all these are in the low. And you will not believe, when I was the principal, when I took the charge as a principal first time, I was having all these qualities, you know. I was very aggressive, then I was very loud, then I used to shout, I was very critical, it was very difficult to make me happy. And I used to think that, oh, I am boss. And I used to be very happy. But then when I studied, and then when the people have discussed with me, my chairman was very humble gentleman. He told me that, you know, your words should be strong, but your tone should be mild. And your sound or voice should be very soft. That's what he taught me. And then I understood that we have to be assertive, but not aggressive. We have to be ambitious, but not demanding. We have to have the driving force, but not egoistical. So we have to be a strong-willed, we have to be decisive, we have to be warm, enthusiastic, then sociable, charming, persuasive, patient, stable. You know, that's this patient. I used to think that patient is a quality of lazy people. You know, till late I was thinking that being patient means you are lazy, you are simply don't want to get the task done on time. That's why you are waiting and waiting and you are a patient person. But then I realized that this is the quality of high emotional intelligence. If you are a good listener, if you are consistent, if you have meticulous, if you are systematic, if you are working neatly. What I was thinking, I'm very creative person, so I scribble the things. I do the things like this. My bed is all scattered, my table is all scattered. So I used to feel very proud of myself. Yes, I am a creative person, I have to be like this. Then I realized, no, I have to change myself. And now I have changed myself. So these are some characteristics of high emotional intelligence and low emotional intelligence. See, now it's there is a difference between learning and between applying. You know, when I have taken my emotional intelligence test, so I got 55. And those who are into this field, you know, they know that 55 is very high. 55 is considered as very high emotional intelligence. But I know that in my practical life, I am not that highly emotional intelligence person, because I know my weaknesses. Why there is a difference? Because my learning about the emotional intelligence is perfect, but my applying into my life is not at all there. So that is the reason why my score says something else, while my life says something else. So now again, this is a time for have one activity. And this is very romantic activity. And for this, I have made the pair. What we have to do is that I'm going to announce the name of the pairs. You have to have the eye contact with the pair for 30 seconds. Okay. So you can see that how these people are having the eye contact. Similarly, we have to have the eye contact with our pair. Please switch on your videos, everyone. And I'm going to now stop sharing so that we can have this activity, eye contact. Nara with Narendra, Rahul with Archana, Sushant with Aditya, Dr. Ram with Daljit ji, Vijay with Ruth, Kapil with Kamal, Aisha with Pooja, and James with Haleema, and Brigadier Sir with Shalu. Please switch on your video and have the eye contact with 30 seconds. You have
Haleema,
to, yes.
whom I have to have this eye contact?
Ruth with Vijay.
With?
Vijay.
Okay.
Okay. So 1, 2.
And you have to switch on your video.
And start. Yes, yes. Please switch on your video and then start. My is James. Where is James? Let me find out. Oh, I'm not able. Yes, James sir. James sir, video on kar lijiye.
आयशा मैम आ जाओ.
James sir.
Naraji, I'm looking in your eyes.
So we
I'm
have to
looking
pin-
into the camera.
We have to pin each other. Then we can
Yeah,
look into each
camera
other's
only.
eyes.
Actually, looking into your eyes means
Look into eye means look into the camera only, na?
Yeah, that's
Pin
So
would be
Ruthji,
better.
I'm looking into the camera.
अरे कोई मुझे
So
भी मिल जाओ because James is.
You also have to look into the camera. That's all.
निर्मला जी switch on video.
आयशा मैम आ जाओ.
Okay, Pooja, chalo, we can do then, Pooja. Okay, Pooja.
Ruth, you are not looking into the camera. You are looking all over the place.
Okay, Haleema मैम start.
If you look into camera, you are looking into the eyes.
Yes. You are looking into all over the place, Ruth.
मैम आप झपका.
Just look into the camera. That's all.
हलीमा मैम आपने झपका दिया.
Okay, now the time is over. Now tell me one thing that you have not noticed in the person before looking at the person's eye. One thing. Yes, Rahul. Tell me one thing that you have not noticed before. You noticed today while doing this activity.
Archana ma'am is generally never on camera, but today I have seen her on camera. So that's the one thing.
Okay, Aditya ji, what did you notice? Aditya ji, what did you notice?
I noticed Sushant's glasses. I've never seen him with glasses on.
Okay, so Dr. Ram, what did you notice?
I can't see because I'm using the phone, but Daljit, whether he opened his camera or not, I could see his image only.
Okay, so now who has the best experience? Because I have the experience with Pooja. Yes, Pooja, tell me.
I have the best experience. Even I was looking the Aisha ma'am. She came and she just gone. Then you told me because I want to do with you. I was thinking to do with you only.
Okay, then what did you notice?
I noticed without you today, without glasses, because mostly you are wearing the specs, na?
Yes, yes, okay. And when I looked at Pooja, I noticed that Pooja has such a beautiful smile, but we normally ignore it. But when I have noticed, Nara ji, आपने क्या notice किया?
Sorry, you.
What did you notice, Nara ji?
Okay, what I noticed about Narendra is, he's how I've always seen him, always happy, always smiling, and he's got smile in his eyes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Pom pom. Yes, Sushant ji, ka to ho Sushant ji, what did you notice?
No, every kept open.
I'm sorry, I'm on mobile, so I couldn't. Those who were speaking, I was able to see them.
Okay.
So Aditya ji did not speak.
Okay. So, this activity is to, I'm sorry, this activity is to improve the foundation among the people at the workplace. So if we are going to have such type of activity at the workplace, then naturally we are going to have like lots of foundation among the people, and that's going to help us into team building. So now let me move further because I have to rush. I know I have to take care of the timing. That's the crucial thing for today's presentation. So this was the eye contact. Actually, in fact, when we are doing this activity face to face, then there we are having 3 types of activity. Once we have to ask just to have a glance on the person, on everybody. Then second step is that we have to ask them to have the eye contact with anyone, whosoever comes on their way. And then third step is that we have to ask them purposely by pairing them to have the eye contact for longer period of time, like maybe 1 minute. And then we have to ask that how was the feeling of this. Now, the second skill that we have to have in us is that we have to be like fog. You know, if we are throwing anything into fog, the fog never return it back. But if we are going to be like a wall, then naturally wall returns back. If you are throwing a ball on the wall, it will come back to us. If you are throwing a stone on the wall, it will come back. But if you are throwing anything in the fog, then the fog never returns back. It absorbs the things. So what is happening at our workplace sometimes, that if somebody says us that you just don't understand, you are lazy, you are always late, you don't feel responsible. So when we listen these sentences, what is happening? Our full day is spoiled. You know, I have heard many teachers saying कि देखो ये principal ने पूरा दिन खराब कर दिया. Early morning she came and she said, oh, you are so lazy. Oh, you are always late. So how we have to handle these type of sentences? We have to handle by being like a fog. If they are saying that you don't understand, then we have to say, yes, I just don't understand. It doesn't mean that I always don't understand. It means that now, at this moment, when you are saying something, I didn't understand. If somebody is saying that you are lazy, then say, yes, I'm lazy sometimes. It is human nature. Sometimes I'm lazy. If somebody is saying, yes, you are late, say, yes, I'm late. If somebody is saying you don't take responsibility, you said, I just don't take responsibility at times. So this is the way how we have to handle the criticism. And then we can have, like, we will not have the stress or frustration at the workplace, because throughout the day when the people are doing like this, then all the time we are getting angry, and everything is going inside us. Now, quite often we have to ask these questions to us. And now please just reply in your mind. Don't reply to me. What was the happiest moment in your life? My happiest moment was when I got graduation gown, when I completed my PhD. That was the happiest moment, because Sonia Gandhi gave me. And the most striking thing of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi was that she has named, and she said, Haleema, congratulations. So that day was like, that sentence has made my day. Now, what was your happiest experience in life? My happiest experience was walking in the snow for 17 kilometers while going to Kullu Manali in an adventure trip. That was the happiest experience. What motivates you to get up in the morning? To be very frank, when I used to go to the school, that was my motive. Early morning, going and addressing in the assembly with moral stories was my happiest thing. But nowadays, there is no motivation in getting up in the morning, to be very frank. What do you use your money for? I use for my money to traveling, because I am fond of traveling. I go and visit the countries, and that is my hobby. Who is the most important person in your life? For me, my sons. Both the sons are the most important person in my life. And describe your best friend. Still waiting for that. It's open for everyone. Whosoever wants to be my best friend, you are most welcome. You can be, because I don't have any best friend. So these are certain questions which we all have to ask if we want to be emotionally strong and stable. Now there are tips to be to enhance our emotional intelligence. We have to reflect on our own emotions, and we have to ask other perspective also. This is the thing which I was lacking in my career, that I never ask the person for my feedback. I do whatever comes to my mind, but that is very bad habit. We have to change it. We have to ask other person's perspective also. Then we have to be observant on our own emotions and use the pause. This pause is somewhere missing in our life. This pause is very, very important. If anything comes in our mind, just take a pause and think, should I say this or I shouldn't? If the second thought of mind says that, yes, we should say, then we have to speak out. Otherwise, if the second thought in the mind says, no, we should not, then we have to stop. And this pause is going to save us from many, many problems in our lives. And then if we want to be a good team leader, then these are the tips for the team leaders. That was for the personal life, but these are for the professional life as a leader, as a trainer, because we all are here as a trainer. So we should know each and every member's weakness and strength. And I give you one example that one of my principal was Mr. Thomas Matthew, and I was the transport in charge in my school, and I was standing in the bus yard. He came to me and he just whispered in my ears that on Tuesday we are going to eat sweets. And I was surprised that for what he's asking for sweets. And it just missed from my mind that Tuesday was my birthday, coming Tuesday. But he, as a principal, he knows and remembers each and everyone's birthday, each and everybody's all important days. So this is important to know the strength, weaknesses, and all basic information of all the team members. Then we have to develop the creative ways to manage stress, allow team members to have a voice, because this iron lady attitude is not going to work anymore. We are into 21st century, and here everybody has a voice, and then only we can be a successful leader. Now, you know, even if we have high emotional intelligence, but at times it happens that we are facing many stresses in our life. So you must have attended many workshops for the stress management, and there are so many techniques being told that you can do yoga, you can have the meditation, you can have this, you can have that. So many things are there. I know each one of them are very effective, but here I am going to give you simple small tips. And this simple small tip is that with our 5 senses, how we are going to de-stress ourselves temporarily on the spot where we are facing the stress then and there. So for that, I told you that you please, if you have, always keep your favorite perfume with you. Always keep one picture that is very, very favorite to you. You love that picture. Like suppose in my case, I have a picture, I will show you. And then have your favorite music. And then whenever you feel such type of things, then we can use these small tips, and these are just related to our 5 senses, and these 5 senses are great stress busters for us. So now I request all of you, those who have brought these 3 things, to kindly show us. Like this is my favorite picture. This was taken in Singapore. This is with my family. So I think because of the light and because of my background, I'm not able to show you properly. If you have got your pictures, please show me quickly so that everybody can have this activity and have fun. And then your favorite perfume. Just use this like this. And then you see that how it reaches to the mind and how it refreshes us and how it is going to be temporarily soothing us and how it is going to de-stress ourselves. And this is the simple technique of de-stressing ourselves. And then music, of course, music, you all are aware that music Now, have you ever faced this type of issue, like ride the wild horse meditation? Like we are facing very loud emotions, and the emotion is like a wild horse. We are unable to control. So in that case, when we face such type of emotions that is very loud, that is like a wild horse, then how we are going to help ourselves? For that, the only solution is the meditation. And meditation has different steps, different levels. Like at the first step, we have to start with the mild meditation with less minutes, like 15 minutes we can start, then we can move ahead and make it 20 minutes and then 25 minutes and then 30 minutes. And in this way, we can manage our wild horse emotions, and that we have to be careful. Now at the end, I have made one emotional intelligence questionnaire that I'm going to share with you the link so that you all can answer these questions. These questions, whatever given 15 questions are there, that is going to decide you how is your emotional intelligence, whether it is low, whether it is high. And these are 33 emotional intelligence scales. Earlier it was 64, but then afterwards, after conducting these surveys on people, it was considered that these 33 points are enough. These 33 scales are enough to decide for a person that whether the person has high intelligence or the person has low intelligence. Then there are certain established tests for the emotional intelligence to scale our emotional intelligence. We can go for this test. I have given the informations here on the screen. And with this, I will just share with you all the link in the Zoom so that you all can go through your, to check your emotional intelligence. It is on the Google form. And we can get the result here at this time only. And then we can be aware that how intelligent we are emotionally. So here we go. Yes, so I am now copying in the chat box. So I have copied the link in the chat box. Please attempt this questionnaire and solve this questionnaire, and then you will find your score, that how much is your emotional intelligence, whether it is high, whether it is low. Very easily we can make out. So since my time is just 30 minutes, I think I have completed my time, although there were 2-3 more activities, but no problem. We are going to have in the next session. And today I must thank you all for being so active, so involved and so patient while listening to me. And this was my presentation on emotional intelligence, because I was very much shocked, and since last night I couldn't sleep. That moment I came to know that the girl has committed suicide, that has disturbed me, because for the last 6 months I am disturbed because of Sushant's suicide. Sushant was also very close to my heart. And now another suicide. These suicides actually made me very disturbed. I cannot tolerate this type of activities from the youth, from these type of very vibrant people. So I'm very much disturbed, and I request everyone that please take care of your emotional well-being and the well-being of your siblings, or well-being of your children, and well-being of all the students whom you are handling. Thank you very much.
Your question answer session, Haleema ji.
Okay, so now it's open.
Yeah, thank you, Haleema ji. Thank you for your sharing. I will let Colonel Baljit continue the conducting of the.
Yeah, Haleema ji.
Yes.
While taking the discussion forward on the point which we were discussing, that is to be a perfectionist. See, perfectionist, if you have enough time, there is no problem in being a perfectionist. You can have all the time in the world, but when there is a target to be achieved by a given time, I have a phrase which is prevalent in the army, which says, never sacrifice good for the best. So we can take this also at the low as well as the high. It's not that it is only high.
Okay, thank you very much, Daljit Singh ji, for pointing this. Actually, my submission was that, you can be perfect because you are an expert. But if you are going to get that perfection from your subordinate all the time, then you will be irritated. Like, when the people are not matching with my pace of work, because I'm a little fast worker. So when the people are not matching with my pace, then I got frustrated and I'm irritated. And then I am just boiling my blood. It is a foolish step on my part, because I cannot expect everybody to be as fast as I am, or as good as somebody is, or I cannot expect the best task from everyone. So that was my submission. But yes, you are right that if we have time, and then naturally we have to go for the perfection.
may I add something, Dr. Haleema?
Yes, sure.
I feel that it is not always possible to be perfect 100%. There are certain things in which you are very good at. So personally, you can be perfect in these things, but expecting everybody else to be perfect in the same thing would be a little impractical, because everybody has his or her own capabilities and limitations. So in those circumstances, if we try to achieve 100% perfection, you are absolutely correct. We will end up getting frustrated and angry, and you will be spoiling on your own happiness. So one has to accept people as they are. That is more important. And as long as your work is done within those boundaries or within that limitations, I think that is good enough.
Yes, Aditya Singalji, thank you very much for adding. And you have used one very nice phrase that we are going to spoil our happiness. That's true. But there are certain occasions when we are spoiling our happiness on our own, because, you know, when we see somebody going ahead than us, you know, somebody performing better than us, somebody is climbing the ladder of success, immediately the negative emotions come into us. But why? You know, it should not. We have to celebrate the success of others, and we should have that large heart. That is the sign of a high emotionally intelligent person, when he feels real happiness in celebrating the success of others.
May I tell something in this regard? Yes. Always the people, they are getting confused. Yeah. Getting confused when there are perfections required for some disciplinary places like school, army, and other government code of practices. There is no excuse. Then there are places which are getting compromised for the imperfections, but we cannot able to coin the exceptional things, making the order of eminence or something adaptive kind of situations. But practice make the perfection. When the people, they are making their disciplinary actions, they have to sacrifice their happiness. Maybe there are people who are living very happy. If they are overruling the disciplinary or imperfections, we cannot make it as a model. Because we could not able to show, because the children now deviating from all these moral and ethical and commitment kind of things are serving to the humankind. It is all devastating. We have to answer for this, and we have to make a clear standard or something, because as Daljit ji is pointing, it's correct, because their code of practice and ethics are different. When the civil people, they are living as such, they want to live like that. And where are the schools who are making very disciplinary development for the children, because they are going to add on value in the society in future. If they are determining their own moral values or disciplinary life, they would be showing some kind of model or some kind of example for other people to follow. So we are getting more confused, and we are deviating from the all these brought up the tendency we want to adopt in our life. I can't able to say which is good or which is correct or which is making the people very perfect and successful here and there, but we need to go with some kind of alignment, should not get compromised. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ram, for clarifying. And it's really very true. It depends on the situations. And you know, when coming to the today's generation, like Generation Z, if we talk about, or Alpha generation, the definition of emotional intelligence is, for them, it is entirely different. You know, when I was discussing about the same case, about Aisha's case, so the youth, they replied me differently. They said that when husband said that, okay, go, if you have courage to commit suicide, and then show me the video. So a sort of like, they were justifying this act as saying the bravery, as saying that this, yes, she lived to the words. She said, yes, main aapke liye jaan de dungi, and she has given the life. So like this is like, in today's generation, I have found that they have entirely different mindset. than our generation or the generation before us.
Again, we have to remember the theory already I pointed out for the natural selection, struggle for existence, survival of the fittest, use and disuse theory, proposed by Charles Darwin for the natural selection for the organisms who are evolving and stable for generation after generation. So human mind also, who are very brave, who are very strong, who are very courageous to face the hurdles, struggles, and other circumstances, they are fit to live. We need to welcome those kind of generations to face, overcome the challenge, appreciate their success, offering the benefit for the other people. Other things, I don't know. We have to worship or we have to appreciate this kind of way. We need to develop the community who wanted to follow and admire all these good values, moral values, ethical values, humankind nature. They have to offer the best out of them. That's the way. There are very imperfect or I don't know, circumstances made the people to get defeat and they could not tolerate. But at the place we have to look after this and we have to engage certain things. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ram.
Time for feed forward.
Since we don't have any person nominated for the feed forward, I think let's open this time for people to suggest how they felt about. Everybody can get about 30 seconds. Please say in few words what you like most about today's session and what you could feel could have been done better. So anybody can volunteer for that.
It was a highly interactive session by Dr. Haleema. She kept us engaged throughout the 45-minute session. They are the best part of it. And all the concepts are covered very nicely. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I say a few words on this?
Yeah, please.
Firstly, we see a very compassionate face or aspect which Dr. Haleema has. She is full of compassion for the lady who committed suicide. Secondly, the knowledge on the subject was absolutely to the hilt. She overtook times by about 2-3 minutes, but I'm sure Kapilji will overlook it. and otherwise, it's an absolute good session. Very nice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I'll just say that that's why now we have the buzzer and the visual indicator. So we don't have to say anything. And thank you, Haleema ji, for being the first person to run through this new process. Thank you. We appreciate you. Yeah. Anybody else? We want people to voluntarily share their thoughts.
Yeah. Sushant Mysore here.
Great.
Can I?
Yes, Sushant.
Yeah. Dr. Haleema's session was completely up to the mark to the topic which she has selected about emotional intelligence. We were able to connect with each and every emotions, feelings, and the way she had interacted. And it was really very interactive session about, there's a lot of things to be learned from this. How connectivity with the people, what is one point which you saw differently. That was something new, which we all need to be aware and need to observe every day in our lifetime, which can help to connect with people. And the other thing which Kapilji mentioned about how it can be improved. Yeah, so one small thing I would like to suggest that I agree there is a shortage of time, but the emotional one activity regarding emotions wherein actual emotional feelings could come out, that would have added a great value apart from the value which Dr. Haleema had added to this session. This was just a small suggestion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shant.
Who else would like to share some perspective?
Okay, let me say something. See,
Sure.
I'm very keen that we have to raise the standard. And when we are talking about feed forward, I would be very happy if we form a culture here. And I said it's a safe learning environment. We are our own people. I would like to see that the first part, like they say in feed forward, it is something like an injection which a nurse gives you. That first she takes some cotton, puts it in spirit, and just softens you. Okay. So the first part is to say yes, whatever was good, and then comes the syringe, which is very painful. So then when you give the feedback, it can be painful. And then when you take out the syringe, again, she rubs that. That means that soothes the effect. So again, you end up by saying, and if you do this, it will be even better. Now, if you follow that format, because of shortage of time, I would prefer, and it's an open thing. You like it, you do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. The first part and the last part should be very crisp, bullet points. Okay. I loved so I would see if this format comes up when you say, Dr. Haleema, I loved I found it was mind-blowing session. And the three things I loved was the content, the way you delivered it, and sticking to the time. However, two things that you could have done better are A and B. And I'm sure you are on the way to come up on the international stage. Now, this would be short and crisp. You would get the essentials, but the focus should be on those 2, 3 things that make you go higher. I'm telling you guys, whether you like it or not, if you continue doing what you're doing, you will continue to get the results you're getting. You will stay here. You will stay stagnant. Okay, the idea has to be that you have to really look at, is it an international standard? If Haleema goes and gives this presentation on the international stage, will she get an applause? Will she get a standing ovation? Let's raise our standards. Okay. And the best feedback you can get for yourself is watch the video after this. Watch the video, you will get your own feedback. So Haleema, I want to tell you only one particular thing that you could look at upping your game. And that is, I feel, because you had shortage of time, you're going too fast and you are not giving time for people to absorb. And therefore there has to be, cut short your content. And in a 30 minutes talk, 30 minutes presentation, guys, don't ever look at more than 3 key points that you want to tell. You should have very clearly 3 points in your mind and ask yourself this one question: what should the audience think, feel, and do after the session? There should be not only that they should think, what will they do tomorrow? How much will they improve? Will their emotional intelligence really improve from tomorrow? Will there be at least 1 or 2 takeaways that everyone will get? Let's look at that. Okay. And if you can achieve that, then it is great. So cut down your content, but in those 3 things that you are trying to see that they're getting absorbed. So like what Sushant said, either there's an activity or there's a little feedback, or say, okay, write in the chat box, what did you understand by this? You said, show me a picture. But immediately within a few seconds, you were on to the next thing. So even if I was wanting to actually pull out a picture, because we are not told people are not keeping their pictures ready on their table. Okay. So there's no need to say something which you're not giving time for. Right. So, and I think sometimes even in your other speeches I've seen, you need to have a little more pauses. Haleema, all your talks, your YouTube videos and all I've seen, it goes like almost continuously. Okay. So little pause and check back. Is it making sense? Are you liking it? Write in the chat box, what did you get in this last section? Okay. So little bit of that would make your speech better. Otherwise, there was nothing lacking in the content. You knew your subject, all that was good. And your PPT also, I can tell you one thing. They are too bold, very big fonts. They look like, make them a little more subtle. Make them a little more, I don't know, that's a matter of choice. Some people may like this and this can be a style. But I found the fonts were too big. And if you see, particularly where you got, say, 4 or 5 images on one side, 4 on another side, and those big fonts, you'll find that the font is almost as big as the picture. So the image has to be bigger than the picture. Than the font. So these are some of the things. Now, if you all come out with constructive suggestions, Haleema should go back with at least 10 points that, okay, next time I'll do this better, this better, this better. I don't know whether it makes sense or not, but otherwise we'll keep coming and clapping, and nothing will change.
Thank you very much. Actually, this was my personal observation for myself also today, especially because I was very much hesitant, not hesitant, in hurry that I have to complete that mistake I made. I accept it. And I have taken lots of content within for half an hour. That, sir, your observation is absolutely right. I accept this. The content was more and I was doing very hurry. Inshallah, next time I'll cut short.
Thank you. No, and you know what? That's what. But when you take back a lesson and say, next time I need to do this. I'm telling you, I learned this from Tony Robbins. Every session, he goes back and does an introspection there and then. And I've done it every time in my programs. The moment, even if I do webinars, now you'll see everyone goes, Shubha and Bharti will stay back. We do an immediate introspection that what could have been done better. And we write it immediately because next session we'll forget.
Yes, that's true.
And if Tony Robbins needs to do it every time, who are we?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Brigade staff, for filling the slot for the feed forward. With that, I think it's now, I'll hand over back to Colonel Dalji.
Sir, it is now time for pearls of wisdom from Brigadier Bhasin overall. This is his time, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I'm quite happy the way the TTOT community is growing. I can see a lot of action, a lot of vibrancy coming up, and at least those people, maybe fewer in number, but those who are interested, they keep coming again and again. They keep adding value, they learn, they share, and let's continue with that. I'm also super excited, actually super excited with TTOT 5. We were very hesitant. We were not getting enough numbers of people and all that. But, and Aditya, thank you very much. I think you have gone back to, like, at least Aditya is one who's into the group again, and he is doing TTOT 5 absolutely like from the scratch again. So he was there throughout on the first session, and he's adding a lot of value, and I can see that being absorbed by people also. You had a facility, you still have it. You can come and attend sessions, but last time I did find some people coming and going, and I have made it very clear that next time, if you are more than 2 to 3 minutes late, you will not be allowed to come in. And if you go back before that session is over, you will not be allowed to come in for the next session, because that's a rule. Let's follow rules. And the idea is that we don't want to give people a feeling that this is a hop on, hop off conducted tour. Okay, you have some hop on, hop off. I don't know whether you've seen in some of the cities they have. Okay, you can get on anywhere in the bus and can get off anywhere. No, we don't want that. We want at least one session that you're there. Okay. And those who want to do like what Aditya is doing will be very happy. We'll put you in a team and you will get into your action lab. And the action lab in TTOT 5 is happening very well, very well. That is one. Secondly, I'm also wanting to tell you, and I think Aditya and even Haleema was there for a while, and Haleema contributed very well. Thank you for that, Haleema. I would like you to know that TTOT 5, we have made lots and lots of changes. We are now, we call it TTOT 2.0. And the idea is that we are bringing in more features which were not relevant in May, June, July, and all that when you did the TTOT. And now the new things that are coming up in the trend, the new apps that are coming in, the new styles that are coming in, we are talking all about that. So it is something that you have on the plate, whether you want to eat it or not. Okay. So you just have to have one thing, and that is time. If you have time to invest and the inclination to learn, then that is a very good opportunity which many of you are missing. So yeah, just take a few minutes, Aditya, Narinder, and Haleema, to just say, what are you feeling about the new TTOT 2.0? And what would you like to say to people? My only thing is, don't miss an opportunity if you can. If you're doing something more important, you got your own program going on or something, obviously you can't come. But wherever you can, avail of that opportunity. It's a good one. Yeah, go ahead. Aditya. Okay, Narinder, go on. Go ahead.
Sir, as we upgrade our devices, we are upgrading Zoom to 4.5 or 5.5. We are upgrading our all iOS, laptop, all the devices. It's really an upgrade for us. And I thoroughly enjoyed. I feel fortunate. I was there throughout both the sessions, the first half and second half, both the sessions I attended fully. And I felt so good. It was a rehearsal, it was a learning, and all the new features, everything. And I would request everyone, whoever has time, he should be there in the session and contribute.
Kapil, can you make me the co-host? No, in fact,
I think Haleema.
Yes.
Sorry, Haleema. No, actually, make me the host. I want to show you a feature of Zoom. I'm sure none of you know it, other than these three people who saw it the other day. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Aditya, or let Haleema first say. Actually, ladies go first.
Actually, when I attended it, the introduction part was going on, and I found that there was innovation done in that introduction part also. When we attended, then the introduction was through a breakout room, but this time it was like passing the ball. The person who is introducing himself has to call the name of other person, that how do they feel. So this introduction I liked very much because it was very innovative way of introducing. And then secondly, I found that even Brigadier sir has upgraded his own content also, because it was not the same as he has delivered in front of us. So that was also a quite change. And unfortunately, I could not attend much because I attended only one session. So I liked that session very much. And I also have the plan that inshallah, if I have time, and I'll try my level best to have time, except Women's Day, that is this Sunday, because that day I'm a little more busy. Otherwise, all other Sundays, inshallah, I will attend it. And I recommend everyone, if you have time, you please just join us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Aditya.
Okay, sir, firstly, I want to just inform everybody here, sir, though in your time management program, you had said that we should not do multitasking. Right now, these days, I'm actually doing multitasking. I'm attending to 3 different programs, and incidentally, all 2 of them are overlapping. So I have no choice but to attend both at the same time. So what I am doing is I am logging in one program from one laptop and the other program from the other laptop. And so like this Sunday also, actually I've joined a workshop on graphology, handwriting analysis, which is on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday happens to be in the morning from 10 to 12. So that is why I was logged in. I told Bharti, I will be logged in. I will be attending. Only thing, I will be on mute till 12. And after that, I'll be fully participating. But I was observing and watching, and wherever possible, it was for me, I was contributing also. But one thing is there, sir, that I know it is natural for me to grasp as much as possible from to upgrade myself, and that is how I'm finding that energy to do that multitasking also. As far as the TTOT 5 or TTOT version 2.0 is concerned, when I joined TTOT 4, I missed out on the first 2 Sundays because that time I was shifting. I had informed Brigadier Basin also. So I was very keen that I want to attend the next session so that I can cover up whatever I have missed. Plus, I can also upgrade. Like Narinder said, there's a upgrade every week, every month. So every session we are attending, it is adding value to me, and I am finding a change in myself. My confidence level is increased, and I have been able to gainfully get everything. In addition, sir, our teams and the buddy groups which we have created, sir, Kamal sir and I are in the same group and the same team, and our team is very vibrant and they are very active. Like they are keeping us on our toes so that we don't slack down anywhere. So it is a very interesting and learning process for me personally, sir.
Yeah, it didn't, when we started, it didn't look it'll be like that, but I'm happy to see it's doing well. Okay. Another thing, of course, now there are very few of you here right now, but whoever is there, and if you interact with others, tell them that I said that if you want to, anything that you learned in TTOT and you want to teach that, we can give you some slots, but you may say, I want to give that slot, but like somebody said, is Nirmala here? No, she's not there. She left. Okay. So Nirmala came out with something. She wanted to do the niche. I said, no, that's a very strong part of what I and Jogesh have to do. And we can't be experimenting with that. So no, that I can't give it to you. Plus, I was looking at where you have learned some app, or you have learned some app, something that you have learned from here, which you can demonstrate. Like now, Haleema did the quiz and we wanted a quiz. So it is that instead of me doing a quiz, I bring in an expert from my TTOT alumni. It serves two purposes. One is that you get to showcase and you get an opportunity to come into knowing these people, knowing you better, because after a month when they come into the TTOT alumni, you will know all of them. But right now you will come to them as an expert. So you stand up in their eyes as somebody who has been able to teach them something. Point one. Point two is that you get a very good audience to practice something that you have learned, and you can do a little presentation and see how good you are doing. Right? And the third thing for us is to showcase that this is what TTOT earlier batches have already learned, so you can also learn. So their confidence level also goes up. So that was the aim. And as I probably shared somewhere else, that earlier when, I came out of this idea and told Jogesh, in TTOT 5, let's get some experts from outside. So if we have sales, we'll get a sales guy. If we have a marketing, we'll get a marketing guy and all that. He said, sir, instead of getting outsiders, why don't we get our own people? And that was I immediately said, Jogesh, that's a brilliant idea. Let's do that. So we did that. And I'm very happy about that. And we have in store a couple of people. I think Shalu and Abba are going to do something on videos. We want them to do it. So similarly, if you have anything which you have learned during TTOT and you want to teach that, we'll be very happy for you to do that. Okay, so I have finished. That's all what I had. Let's continue with our energy, with keeping this alive, and that evergreen statement of mine that let's co-create, collaborate, and contribute and co-elevate. Let's all help each other elevate, and it'll come with a genuine feeling when you want others to grow. So when you want that to happen, give proper feed forward, help each other. If you for some reason feel that you don't want to do it here like that, call up a person later. I've done it with 2-3 people. I said, okay, public में सबके सामने नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, but I'm telling you, you need to do this better. This morning, I've had a chat with somebody whom I was feeling for some time that he or she was going too much into like a pressure sale. And I said, this is a feeling I'm getting. Would you think it is better that you concentrate on more value and stop on your promotion? Or not stop, but slow down on your promotion. And the response was, thank you very much. I was also feeling this way, but the very fact it has come from you, which means that yes, I'm being perceived like that. You know, the content of a bottle cannot read its label. You know, it's from outside that you can see what's inside, but you're inside, you're in the bus. If you're in the car and you have a bus stand in front of you, while sitting in the car, you cannot make out the traffic conditions outside. You have to have somebody outside telling you what's happening there, or you have to step out and see what's happening. So I think it's good to give good feedback to people. Give it, because I feel this is a very good learning environment, very safe learning environment. Give it here. And if you don't want to give it here, at least call up a person and say, so and so, you're such a good friend of mine. I really feel that you can improve. And you know what? There's a difference. There's a very, very subtle difference between criticism and feed forward. And that is the intention. The intention, you know, it should show that my intention is your improvement. My intention is not to put you down. I'm not being critical. I'm not telling you that you're not good. I'm telling you that you have got a scope to become better. And I genuinely feel it. It should come from the deep core of my heart. I want to see you better. I want to see you growing. So if that happens, I think we'll really be able to help each other a lot. So we have another 3 minutes, and I would like to take this time for inviting anyone who has anything to add or comment. If you don't like what I'm saying, say so. There's no harm in saying, no, I don't agree with you there. And I don't think it should be done like this. I'm very happy with that. I can promise you that I will not take anything against you that why is he saying that. In fact, I love feed forward because it makes you feel that that you are being, you get to get a mirror reflection of how you're being perceived. Anyone?
My suggestion was that in this sessions, if sometimes like once in a month or once in quarter, if we can invite some best speakers, although if they have to charge some fees, so those who are interested, they can pay.
I can guess you the best of speakers. I can get you global speakers, okay, without a penny that they will charge. But give me some audience. I can't get them for 20 people. It is very difficult to call a person and say, okay, we are 20 people, come and tell us something.
If it is announced in advance, we will try, like we can have a form, fill up in advance, and then we can circulate among our contacts. And then
okay, so I'll take that suggestion. We'll discuss it between me and Jogesh and Kapil and a few other people. And if you all feel, yes, once in 2-3 months, we can get a very good speaker, and particularly somebody who's who you can follow as a model.
Yes.
I have international speakers in Knowledge Hub. We have got, how many of you attended in Knowledge Hub? We got Shah Nasino. She's from Philippines. We got her to talk about books, and we had Tanvi Bhatt, who's almost India's #1 branding expert. We got her. We got Sagar Amlani to talk about LinkedIn. We were doing that. We have stopped it because the response was not good. You can't keep giving food if the person is not hungry. So show us the hunger and we'll give you the food.
So even the session of Gil Petersil was excellent, which you
But see, again, he backed out because he said, no, I can't come for a second session if you give me only 40 people.
That is the point, sir. They need a large audience.
At 99 rupees, getting an international, not only he is a Tony Robbins personal coach, I mean, like certified coach. He's very close to Tony Robbins. And such a person we got, and he's in Mastermind. You go and search in the Google. In Mastermind, he's the best. And in my from my own TTOT community, I could not get more than 4 people to pay 99 rupees for an international person. So what do we do? You know, you say, like, I'm attending a thing by Sanjay Vadva. He says, don't go to a cold market and sell yourself. But in TTOT, it's absolutely a hot market. Now we know each other. So if I tell you that, come, I'm giving you a very good international person, you trust me, and still you can't spend 1 hour and 30 minutes, 90 minutes. You can't spend 90 minutes and 99 rupees for an international speaker. What can we do? So we had to back out of it. I mean, it was sad. He said, give me at least 100 people, I'll come. I said, no, I can't promise you 100 people because I had done 15 days of marketing and got 40 people. So you have to look at that. Yeah, okay. So we have finished. Time is up. But if there's anyone who has a point, I'll be happy to take another minute or so. Okay, thank you so much.
I just want to thank Brigadier sir, because once my father pointed out the same point when I started doing my TV programs initially in Urdu. So there I was too fast, too much fast. Then my father told me that you have to slow down. And that time I was not very fluent in English, so I used to speak English slowly. But now the same bad habits I have taken for English presentations. Now I have to slow down in this also. Thank you very much, Brigadier sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So in the format, we have got last 2 minutes for vote of thanks. So I'll request Kapilji for vote of thanks for today.
Thank you so much. I think thank you, Dr. Diljit. Thank you, Dr. Aditya, also to support in the back end. And I thank you, everyone, all the participants being here today. And a great thank you to Dr. Haleema. A great session, and we had quite a feed forward. And thank you, Brigadier sir, for being there and supporting everyone, as well as for your excellent feed forward. That was an example for everybody to learn. So thank you, everybody, that maintained the energy of this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So should I end the meeting because I'm the host now?
Yes, sir.
I can show you that because there is not in your settings. But I think these 3 people, no, not 3. Haleema didn't see, but Aditya and Narinder have seen what you're talking about, closed captions. And when we get a chance, we'll tell you what it is. If you demonstrate, you have to have that in my settings. Okay, bye-bye.